Today I'll be reviewing Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 1. Besides Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, I would say Season 2 of this anime series was probably the best anime of the summer season. This season starts after the devastating events of Season 1 Part 2. Eris had left Rudy, and he's still devastated by her leaving him. He doesn't enjoy life, and everything feels meaningless to him. He is now trying to find his mom, but feels like he doesn't care about living anymore. This season certainly gets you interested right away, with depressing and emotional starts. It truly feels like Rudy wants to die. He is just walking around with no purpose in life. The anime series did a good job in showing his pain, and how much Eris meant to him. Without her, he sees no point in living. He couldn't believe she just left him. It's certainly something many people can relate to. Loneliness is an awful feeling, especially when someone important to you just randomly leaves you out of nowhere. As a viewer, you really want to see Rudy find meaning in life and move forward in life without Eris. It was very sad and difficult seeing Rudy hit rock bottom. Not only was he clearly depressed, but just when things were looking up, he had one of the most embarrassing things happen to him. I was left stunned by that event. I've seen cringy and embarrassing scenes before in anime, but that moment made you want to stop watching the anime series and look away. Now that was officially rock bottom. Rudy knew this was rock bottom as well. This was certainly a depressing start, but that made it all the better when you finally see Rudy get a happy ending by the end of Part 1. The fight scenes were great in the first half of Part 1. It didn't need to have the best action. It was enough just seeing Rudy find his motivation to live and move forward in life. That was pretty moving. Overall, the first half of Part 1 was great. It was so depressing and emotional. It made you really invested in the main character Rudy, and you want to see him have a happy ending. The speech he had about why he acts the way he does, and his need to gain approval of people, was very emotional to hear. It was great seeing Rudy confront his insecurities, and not hold everything inside. I really like how this anime portrays his character in this part. He wasn't just a perverted character obsessed with panties. Now he's trying to turn his life around and find happiness. You want to see where his journey would lead him. The problem with Part 1 was the second half of it. The second half of Part 1 was pretty much a slice of life anime series that takes part in school. You see Rudy make friends, and spend a lot of time hanging out with new characters. At times, there was great romantic development between Rudy and Sophie. There was even some great plot development regarding the Mind Calamity that took part in Season 1. But most of the time, it just felt like relaxing slice of life scenes with no plot development or romantic development. I don't need constant action, but I'm not watching this anime series for the slice of life scenes. If there's gonna be a lot of talking, then I expect great character development and plot development, and there just wasn't much of that. If I wanted to watch slice of life moments, I would just watch a slice of life anime series. Part 1 does finally pick up at the end, and we got to see a great emotional ending between Rudy and Sophie, but that just took way too long. This anime series was painfully stretching out this school arc. It didn't need to be this long. I had mixed feelings about the new characters in this season. Sarah seemed like she was going to be such an important character in the series. The anime series really set up to be Rudy's new love interest. She was pretty much like Eris in many ways. She was acting like an annoying tsundere character at first, but I expected great character development for her. Instead, the anime series made her go in the opposite direction and act very harsh. She did such a messed up thing to Rudy. I expect this kind of behavior from a side character that is selfish from the start, but to see this from Sarah, it's like, why did the anime go in this direction? It's pretty clear Rudy meant so much to her. Why did this anime series make Sarah act so out of character? Why suddenly make her act so cold and awful towards Rudy? I guess the creator of the series went in this direction so that Rudy would hit rock bottom, and in turn, it would make the series feel more emotional. But it just felt so odd seeing Sarah do something so horrible like that. It felt out of nowhere. She is an annoying tsundere character, but you don't expect even a character like her to do something like that. It just didn't feel believable. I didn't like the direction this anime series went with this character. I really like the character Sodat. He started off as this annoying adventurer that said rude things towards Rudy and his friends. But then we see Rudy and him bond as friends, and you can tell he really looked out for Rudy, like a true friend would. You can't help but like him. Now that was great character development. The character Sophie already appeared in season 1, but now we really get to see her true personality. It was a nice surprise. I was concerned she was going to be another annoying tsundere character that gets easily embarrassed, but it turns out she is actually a major dear character and is fine with doing lewd things. Her character became so entertaining to watch. It was so funny and enjoyable hearing her talk about all the lewd things she hoped Rudy would do to her in the future. I really like hearing her talk about how much Rudy meant to her, and how she always wanted to be by his side. Now, this is the kind of girl you want for a girlfriend. This anime series finally had an opening song, after not having any for season 1. It was alright. The ending song, though, was really good, and it's something I could watch over and over. The music that played during it was so catchy. The music throughout the anime series was certainly great, and fit the emotional moments. The animation style looked the same as it did during season 1, which is good, and the animation looked great throughout. This season was off to such a great start. It certainly slowed down in the second half in terms of pacing, but there were still many great emotional moments throughout. And I really liked the happy ending at the end, between Rudy and Sophie. I give season 2, part 1, a 8 out of 10.